crazy. You know how it was, right? Okay, so tell us about your experience during the first edition and how you're planning to make things even more exciting this year.
Uh, Firstly, I just want to say that Royal Stag BoomBox is a really cool platform where such amazing musicians and artists come together, collaborate. Last year, I wasn't able to make a song or create a song, but this year I'm very excited to do that. Alongside, there are two aspects to this property. Live concert bhi hota hai, and there's also an in-studio collaboration with another artist. And I think we fuse hip-hop and Bollywood as two genres and try to come up with something which is unique, interesting, catchy, everything that you would want to find in a successful track, and hopefully have fun while you're doing it. I think that's the main intention here. I was really honored to be part of last year's edition and really glad to be part of this year's as well. And yeah, looking forward to both the shows and also the song that I get to create through this platform.
Hi Armaan,
Hi.
welcome to Stalwarts of Music with Aditya Veera.
Nice to meet you.
Such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I was just eavesdropping some time back and you did mention that your love for Shakti.
Yes.
And incidentally, I interviewed Mr. L. Shankar last week
Wow.
and doing the next interview with you.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it's incredible. Talking about the Royal Stag BoomBox initiative,
Yeah.
there have been many cross-genre collaborations, and you did
Correct.
mention that it's a blend of hip hop
And Bollywood.
and Bollywood.
Yeah.
Many a times, a lot of them, achieves a certain amount of vitality, and then they're forgotten
Correct.
in terms of music.
Correct.
So, how do you sort of tend to achieve this whole idea of this kind of music being, relevant and people listening to it over time?
To be honest, overall project wise, I think it's a very exciting thing to be part of. From the lens that I am getting to, put my musicality and fuse it with another artist.
Okay.
And usually with what happens with us is that we are so tight on schedules. We have so many shows going on, so many recordings going on. We never set out a time to meet other musicians in the industry, sit down, jam with them, and come up with a song. I'm glad, people like Royal Stag are, coming together with a property called Royal Stag BoomBox and getting artists under one roof, which otherwise would be very difficult for it to happen. And then for us to collaborate and come up with really interesting songs and sonics and beats. For its longevity, I think that onus is not just on one song or one artist. I think it's collectively all of us that are part of each season. And I hope that this season perpetuates all the future seasons as well.
Yeah.
And I hope that the music that comes out of it, the energy that comes out of it, the shows that are done on the on-ground level that reaches out to the audience in the right manner. I think it happened last year. We got a great response, which is why I'm back again this year. I think Badsha and Neeti and there's even Nikita, who I think all of us were part of the earlier season. Now we're back again in this one. So there's some kind of, as you say, a thread. And we're adding more and more new beats and new musicians into the mix. Really excited.
Right on, man. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
What are some of the broad philosophies that you try to impart from your music?
Philosophies? I think the more simple you keep it, the more heartfelt, more authentic that you keep it, it reaches out to the audience.
Okay.
Sometimes a song does not require production. Sometimes it just requires a guitar and a voice. And don't force anything that's not required for a song. When a song speaks to you and tells you, "Yaar, bas ho gaya. This is all I need." You should listen to it. I think you should listen to the song. More importantly, a lot of people, don't listen to the song, but they think, "Oh, how would I do this?" Or "How would XYZ do it?" When you make a creation and you're like, "Okay, I'm happy with this song," let the song speak to you and tell you what all is required. And that's my musical process. I let the song define what the sound should be. And that's how it leads into it. One another.
You did mention about your musical process.
Yeah.
So having listened to some of your music, what I noticed was your vocal approach is more elastic right now at this point than what it was during your early days of your career. So could you tell me about how you've become comfortable with vocal ornamentations, creative enunciation,
Yeah.
and also the infusion of space in between your songs. How do you go about doing something like that?
I think I've been a very conscious artist. I have not put out a song until I'm 100% sure. Obviously, there are songs which come from film soundtracks that I have no control over their
Okay.
releases.
Okay.
So they release on their own timeline. But when it comes to my independent music, stuff that comes out solely under my branch and under my label, I have full control over it. I'm very conscious about which songs I sing, what kind of songs I make.
Yeah.
I have a very definitive theme that I follow with some of them. My voice over the years has become, I would say, stronger in a way because I've exposed my voice to 12 languages. With all those 12 languages comes different sets of qualities and skill sets that I've developed over the years.
Yeah.
And now all of it gets infused into all my current music and the music that is going to come out from me in the future. When I sing English music as well, that kind of like stretches the rubber band even further of my voice, and I'm able to sing in both spectrums, both in the Western spectrum and the Indian spectrum. And I hope that in the future I'm able to fuse both of them in. I have already done in some of my songs, but fuse them in a way which is unique to me, and people recognize that as okay, only Armaan does this.
Right.
So I hope to curate something like that. Yeah.
Honoring musical traditions isn't an easy thing. And you said you do it with an equal flair in 12 different languages. So how do you go about understanding the roots of each genre? Like say something ranging from like say Tamil music or like Telugu music you've done. And of course the Hindi music too. So how do you go about understanding that? Because it takes more than a lifetime to do something like that. How do you do it?
I think for me, what has been my strength is my ear. Even when I attended Berklee College of Music, I failed the theory class and scored 100 on 100 in the year training class.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm very adaptable. I would like to call myself a chameleon. You put me in any room, I'll be able to adapt. So with having said that, I feel like, not knowing roots of certain songs or certain languages, like I don't know Tamil music history.
Okay.
And I'm not going to deep dive in those 2 hours that I'm scheduled to sing that song.
Right.
But what I can do is learn from the lyric writer and the composer where they are coming from and begin from there. I think that's the only knowledge I have because I'm not a music historian.
Okay.
I do not know where the origins of music have come from in that particular language or how it came about. I just do my best hearing what I hear from the source of the music and then reproduce that in my voice.
I have one last question for you. Down in the distant horizon, what would you like to be remembered as?
I think for me, I've always upheld this. I want to be remembered as a very nice human being. For me, that is the most important thing.
Okay.
Musician should be my second description.
Okay.
Obviously, being a human today is hard. We are learning to be humans all over again.
Right.
So I really hope to be a really nice human being, and I feel like that is what will, make people think of me when I'm long gone.
Incredible. Great answer for a closure. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
I'm glad to do this with you. Thank you.
Awesome.